A brand new Netflix series named Sex Education debuted in January 2019. The title alone was enough to grab readers' attention, but there was much more going on than just shrewdly constructed intrigue. Initial episodes largely followed awkward teenager Otis and his sex therapist mother, Dr. Jen Milburn. Even though Otis at Moordale Secondary School has no personal experience with sex therapy, it was an intriguing coming-of-age tale about him beginning his own business. He falls in love with Maeve, the school's bad girl, along the way, but Sex Education swiftly broadened its focus. The focus shifted to the show's other characters over the course of the seasons, including Otis's outspoken gay best buddy Eric, Adam, the bully who was secretly gay, Amy, Maeve's hilarious best friend, and the romantic life of Lily and Ola, a lesbian pair. This is our final season of Sex Education, but before we say goodbye, let's take a look back at where we've been. Less characters have developed than Eric. He isn't only Otis's sidekick. In fact, he outperforms his companion in every situation that they are in together. Ncuti Gatwa was chosen to be the next Doctor Who for a reason. Although Eric has always supported Otis and given him a kick in the ass when needed, there is grief hidden beneath the outgoing demeanor and broad smile. Eric doesn't feel ashamed of his sexual orientation, but he does have to cope with the criticism of others, most notably Adam, his bully. Adam truly opened up in Season 3 of Sex Education, exposing a closed-off child who was ready to smile and fall in love with Eric as the quiet bully faded. Tormentor and bully start dating, but their relationship isn't happy ever after. Adam wants to hide, while Eric wants to be in the open. Eric constantly hides the real him in some manner. All of that alters when he attends a wedding in Nigeria, meets Oba, a gay man who is very accepting of who he is, and is brought to a gay nightclub. Eric's speechless. He's finally found his place, a place where he fits in and is free to be as outrageous, carefree, and content as he pleases. Adam cannot benefit in any way from this. Adam is willing to forgive and move on when Eric tells him that he kissed another man when he gets home, but Eric finds it difficult to let go. One man is not the focus. It has to do with a yearning spirit and an identity. Eric ends Adam's relationship. He reassures him that it's not his fault and that he must move on from his current life. You're just learning to walk, and I feel like I'm ready to take off. I've put a lot of effort into discovering who I am, but I'm starting to lose it. Not as well as the former bully would have. Adam takes this news. He chooses to come out to his mother as bisexual as a result of being forced to mature. He even admits that Eric was a boyfriend in addition to being a friend. Adam then enters his dog in an agility competition, high-channeling his enthusiasm. That means a lot to him. Breakups are a major theme in Sex Education's third season. There are other non-straight couples going through difficult times besides Eric and Adam. Maureen and Michael, Adam's parents, had split up earlier in the season, but they have a brief romance. Even though Michael is a very private person, he is thrilled and believes he is getting his wife back. He even wants to impress her by making dinner for her. The situation for Maureen, though, hasn't altered. She has been severely hurt by the years of lack of attention, even if she still loves him in some way. For the first time, she needs to be single and independent. Living with Michael would simply be too complicated. Meanwhile, Jackson falls for Cal, but it leads only to heartbreak, as the non-binary Cal can't get over the idea that Jackson looks at them and sees a girl. The split between Amy and her boyfriend Steve is the most devastating. Amy changed from the adorable, vivacious blonde in Season 3 of Sex Education to a young lady who had been terribly harmed by sexual abuse. Although Steve is a nice guy and doesn't push Amy for sex, she lets him leave since she always feels guilty and afraid when she sees him. Lily and Ola's relationship is the only one that is strong. After Lily thought Ola was judging her for her peculiarities, they almost broke up, but now they are closer than ever, sadly. Season 4 won't feature this couple. A series cannot conclude with someone getting married, having a child, or moving away. In the Season 3 premiere, Jean finds out she is expecting an unforeseen pregnancy after getting to know Ola's father, Jacob. Fear gives way to acceptance, and then there are moments of terror, like when Jen halves and verges on death with the birth of a daughter named Joy. It appears as though Jean and the newborn are living the dream come true, but things are not so simple. Jean and the baby are in good health, and Dr. Milburn and Jacob's bond is growing. Jean has had an open sexual life while working as a sex therapist. Despite her current relationship with Jacob, she did experience an unfortunate incident where she slept with both her ex-husband and other guys. A horrified expression appears on Jean's face as she opens the paternity test she completed, and she murmurs, "Oh no." Although the meaning of this remains unclear, it is clear from her response that Jacob is not her child's father. If Jen chooses to keep the news from everyone, Season 4 will undoubtedly feature some extremely awkward moments when she breaks the news, or even worse, the intense tension. The position of Moordale has been one of the main story elements of Sex Education's third season. It's a horrible start to the year after it was dubbed the sex school, because of their sleazy production of Romeo and Juliet, which Lally oversaw. Hope Haddon, the new head teacher, first gives people hope, but it soon becomes clear that she is a severe disciplinarian. The kids retaliate, making Hope look foolish. It is then revealed that Moordale is closing, even if they are successful in getting her evacuated. All of the students will need to find another place to attend school by the following year. Except for one, we have no idea where these companions will be at the start of Season 4. Like Eric, Maeve has developed significantly. She transformed from the bad girl with a chaotic family to a young lady who acknowledged her intelligence and took action. At the conclusion of Season 3, Maeve receives an invitation to study in America, which puts these gifts to the test. She declines the offer, demonstrating how little self-confidence she has. Maeve is persuaded to take advantage of the opportunity by Amy, despite the fact that it is ill-timed given her and Otis' recent romantic relationship. Otis is hurt, but he's not the kind to stand in her way, so she comes up at his door to break the news. Despite the pain, there is hope. Her temporary move to America won't last forever. Rather than a final farewell, Maeve refers to it as a "until later." There is a lot going on in the last few episodes of Sex Education. What will become of these students? Will Jacob and Jean start dating again? Will Adam and Eric ever be happy apart? And when will Maeve and Otis cross paths again? There are still many problems to be resolved in Season 4 before Sex Education can end.